So if the dogs are not committing suicide, what might explain their strange behaviour on the bridge? Canine psychologist Dr. David Sands was fascinated by the story. As one of the few people in Britain to hold a doctorate in animal behaviour, he was uniquely qualified to investigate the mystery of Overton Bridge.
What do we know about the bridge? We know 50 dogs, at least, have lost their life. That is a drop. That's not a drop I'd want to make. You know, this is the thing, just me as a person, forget a dog. You know, all your senses are on fire. You can smell, you can hear the waterfall, you know, that endlessness of water falling. I can smell the undergrowth, and the light is, I can see the Gothic part of the bridge. I mean, you know, I've looked at the literature, I've looked at pictures, but actually coming to the place for the first time, it really is quite, it's got that kind of strange feeling. It's perfectly natural for people to want to look down from a vantage point like this bridge. And I'm wondering if it's the same for dogs. Do they have that same natural curiosity? What's on the other side?
Our lead investigator and forensic canine behaviourist, Dr. David Sands, is heading off to conduct an experiment to see which scent could be attracting the dogs to jump from the bridge.
I'm well aware that this is not a clinical environment. This is a field where other animals have scented and there would be other odours around, but it's a good enough environment to actually place these scents down and set up the trials for the experiment. What I've got here are 3 animal odours for those that have been found at the bridge. In the far one we have mouse, in the middle one we've got squirrel, and here we've got mink. And what we want to find out is the 10 dogs we've got waiting, which ones they find the most interesting.
For this experiment, we chose long-nosed dog breeds, representative of those that leapt from Overton Bridge.
That first Dalmatian, it's a real lively character. You know, he runs past and then he doubles back to check out that mink. The terrier's following his nose. You know, look, he's gone straight to the strongest scent. And it's the mink again. Border Collie, it's gone for the mink. The Black Labrador wants to go and play. He's not interested at all, but he's only a young dog. The Lurcher went straight past. It's far more interested in its owner. Look at that golden retriever go. To the mink. Woo! The second Dalmatian now, yeah, he's gone straight to the mink and he showed a lot of interest. That's Border Collie number 2. It's gone to the squirrel. It's like squirrel. Terry again went to the mink, no messing about. Oh dear. There goes the blind poodle, following his nose. Whoa! There was a great deal of potential for chaos in this. I mean, it's almost like herding cats. These dogs are in a very exciting environment and they just want to play. But once I could get them back into single focus dog mode, then I could see what would get them excited. Yeah, this experiment is really designed to show how the dogs' minds are working. 75% of the world is about what they can smell. And there was a fantastic bias towards the very strong odour of the mink. You could see there was a reaction that, you know, that's a strong smell. That's what we're looking for because we know that these animals have been detected at the bridge. It's the mink that's the real culprit in this story. This is an animal that has really powerful anal glands that leaves marks wherever it goes. I think it's highly likely in all the cases here at Overton Bridge that it was curiosity that killed the dog.
David Sands is an animal psychologist and he hates dog shows. He spends his time treating pets with all sorts of behavioural problems and has some pretty strong views about the dog show world.
Well, I'm very concerned that this sort of community of people are obsessed about the physiology of the dog, you know, about the shape, the colour, the form. There's a lot of nonsense written about it, and for me it creates exaggeration because 90-odd% of all the dogs that are being bred today are for companion animals.
He's revisiting Rocky, who was almost put down after being assessed as untreatable.
Rocky's one of my most serious cases. Nearly 4 years ago he was going to be euthanased. He was the canine equivalent of a nervous wreck. He had separation-related disorder, anal gland problems, lip granulomas, you name it, he had it. And now he's almost totally cured. But we have one problem that we need to get rid of, don't we?
We do.
I want you to know there's 2 ways to get a horse to do what you want it to do. You can break it or you can horse whisper. Which do you think I'd prefer?
And how's it going with Rocky?
Well, it's not been too bad, but we've still got the same problem we've had for the last few weeks.
This is aggression to other dogs when they show aggression to him, yeah?
Sure is.
Well, I think it's time for the collar.
Now, how does that work exactly?
Well, what it is, it's a remote control device. It fits onto this collar which goes around Rocky's neck, and in this reservoir is citronella. And what we can do is set it off with a remote control if he starts to show aggression towards other dogs.
Now, that, to me, David, seems quite brutal, and I thought you was more into the softly approach. So what's gone wrong here?
No, nothing's gone wrong. I promise you, this will not harm him. I've done tests on dogs that are very nervous. All I know is that it surprises them.
Time to take Rocky for a walk, and already he's spotted another dog and is on the attack. But a quick squirt of citronella and Rocky reacts.
It's all right.
Good boy. Good boy.
Good boy. Good boy. Good boy.
Give him a treat.
Good boy. Boy.
He probably won't take it.
Good boy.
But click.
Sit. Sit.
Sit.
Good boy.
That's it.
Good boy. Good boy.
David, we got a really dramatic reaction there from Rocky. Are you confident that that is going to work long term?
Well, I think once he makes the association, I show aggression towards other dogs, this spray's going to go off in my face. I think then he's going to think, whoa, I'm not going to do that. And if Amanda can praise him when he doesn't show that behaviour, she can reinforce and promote the good behaviour from Rocky. So for me, it's a technique that I know works, and if she uses it carefully, then we should get a result.
Amanda, it used to be quite nerve-wracking for you, Amanda, walking in the park with Rocky.
It was terrifying, Kevin, it really was, because I never knew how he was going to react towards any dog we came across. And you can see already here that he's excited, he's thrilled to bits to have met another dog.
Oh, that's
He's
much
not
better.
being aggressive.
Absolutely amazing.
So praise him for
Good
no
boy,
aggression.
Rocky, good boy. Good boy.
Give him lots of praise.
Yeah, you're a
That's
good
it.
boy.
I can't
Good
get over
boy.
that. I really can't.
Sit down.
To say what he was like, David,
Good
a
boy.
few weeks ago, that is absolutely tremendous.
It's fantastic, much better. At least now we can walk when we want to and not just when we know it's quiet.
It's changed your life.
It has changed my life, and it's changed Rocky's life.
It's a lovely
It's
day,
great,
isn't it?
Meet Heather and her 9-year-old cat, Bracken.
Here we go, and then we try and have a love.
They have a love-hate relationship. Heather loves Bracken, but Bracken hates Heather. We sent pet expert Dr. David Sands on a special home visit.
You've been trying to deal with the problem from a human perspective. You're trying to mother her, you're trying to look after her in a way that would potentially help a human child. But this is a cat with a brain as small as a walnut. You picking up a cat is like someone coming up to you in the pub and picking you up. That'd invade your body space, wouldn't it?
Just a bit.
Yeah, but a chilled-out cat will allow that, right? But an insecure cat will say, you're not bloody doing that to me.
And what about, like,
That's-
Dolly actually comes and looks for it?
Yeah, because she's marking you. She's actually possessing you over Bracken.
So
All of
I
a sudden.
thought she was a gentle, sweet little thing.
Yeah, no, she's muscling
She's
in.
working
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Every time she comes and cuddles and rubs up to you, headbutts you, brushes up against you, she's a marking machine because she's taking over Bracken's home.
With Dolly out of the way, Bracken's confidence reaches an all-time high.
That was fantastic. Oh, that is brilliant. I have not seen her do that for a long time.
But look at this situation with Bracken, you know, it's a cat that nearly turned their lives upside down. The introduction of the scratching pose seems to have made quite a big improvement,
good.
and, you know, maybe that's pushing her out to the final.